clothing company, Dabr Cloth here. I wanted to talk to you, have a smoke with you real quick this morning and talk to you why I chose to move over to DTF as a print solution for garments. And we're going to talk about the benefits of DTF, the shortcomings of it. We're going to talk about a little bit about screen printing, the benefits of it, the shortcomings of it. We're going to do the same thing about sublimation, and of course, vinyl. I would like to invite you guys to watch the whole video. If you guys are catching this on the replay, if you're catching this on the live, well, welcome. We're going to twist up some. What's the name of this? This is, and I'm in a legal cannabis state, Arizona. This is strain is called Ice Cream Cake and G41. So let's smoke a little bit. This is definitely an age restricted video. So if you like the content that I'm bringing, be sure to smash the follow. I do a little comedy. I do a little bit of everything. But most of all, I like to help this. I like to see people succeed. I like to see more people in the space of garment decorating, and I just love to see what people do with it. I absolutely enjoy seeing what people do with it. All right. So while we're breaking this up, let me tell you a little bit, give you a little bit of history for those that are seeing me for the first time. My whole life, I've pretty much been a web developer and a graphic designer for more than 30 years. In the process of doing all this stuff and growing in this space, cannabis started to become legal. And I was always a cannabis smoker on the low. I didn't do any other drugs. I don't do alcohol. I don't do any of that other stuff, right? And so now cannabis is coming legal. Shoot, I'm like, let's get out in the mix. And in the process of being an activist and getting out there, I ended up coming up with this logo, Dabr, just to have a Dabr shirt, just to have a shirt that kind of screamed dabs, but didn't, but did, but didn't. Plus, here's dabs. If you do dabs, that makes you a dabber. That's why they're all the same color. Green, anytime you saw green in California or somewhere, it's always been like a dispensary color, right? And then my initials, Robert Clark, RC. So that's how I kind of came up with that Dabr thing. And it was just mainly for me. So I went to the mall, paid someone $40 to make me a shirt. $40 times 3, $120 for 3 custom shirts. And it just had Dabr on it. That's it. And yet I was tickled pink. And when I wore that, people were like, "Where'd you get that? That's cool, da 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 da." And it was vinyl. Well, over time, the vinyl started to try to separate. And I had so many people asking me about it, it made me think, well, heck, maybe there's a business here. So I went ahead and bought a bunch of equipment and opened up the business. But I didn't really know who my customers were. I didn't know my customer base. I didn't really understand them. I smoked as a cannabis consumer myself, and I like art, so I thought, hey, it'd be just that simple. But the reality is what people like and what they're willing to spend money on and all these other variables take place. And then you also have economics and, like, is the economy doing good? Is it not doing good? You have a lot of other things, right? And then who is your average customer? So as I'm learning all this stuff, it takes me a little while to realize that unless you have a lot of money to spend in ads and to do some big stuff, this grinding from a small position on up. What's up, man? Grinding from a small position on up is a tough world. It's tough. So so after after the transfers, I mean, I'm sorry, not transfers. After I had those 3 shirts made, I went ahead and started, decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get involved in this. And this was before I bought the screen printing equipment. I went to Stalls, Transfer Express, and bought a bunch of plastisol transfers. And for those that don't know what that means, screen print ink what's they use. Screen printing ink is called a plastisol, and that's the ink they put on T-shirts. So the ink has to start out wet and then cure. It starts out wet and they print it through a screen onto a shirt, and then it sticks into the fiber, and then they cure it, and that plastisol kind of locks onto the fiber, and they cure it through a heating process. So cheers, by the way. Let's get this bad boy started. I don't even see any people here. It says 0 and you're talking. That's awesome, bro. Yeah. So I'm just telling everyone, kind of giving everyone some game, everyone that would like to watch this video to the end. Are you still here right now? Because it says 0. You see a 1? I don't even see a 1 like. I don't see nothing. Like, if I could send you a screenshot, it says 00. But I'm glad to see you're here. Hey, can you smash a like for me? Let's see if I can see that. Oh, now I see 2 people, it says, but no likes. Oh, I see the like. Thank you. Man. Hey, so I'm about to put some game out there right now. Good morning, Kat. I'm about to put some game out here right now, is what I'm doing. All right. I'm going to get back to what I was talking about, so that way people that are watching along, or that we're going to watch this video later, and then we'll have a Q&A and a sit and shit talk conversation moment at the end. So we were talking about plastisol transfers. Plastisol transfers, like I said, is the item that you put on the shirt through a screen. So to make the plastisol transfer, instead of printing it onto a shirt, I hope he gets to feeling better soon. Absolutely. So instead of printing it onto a shirt, they actually put a paper down, and they print it onto the paper. So the challenge with the paper, okay, is that with the challenge with the paper is that the paper. You're welcome. The paper will have a tendency to try to shrink when you go to cure it. Yeah, let's say you have a perfect paper, okay? You ran and shrunk them already, printed. These are perfectly printed transfers. So because the item is not being printed into a garment or a cloth, it's being printed onto a paper. That paper's not going to absorb it. In fact, it's designed to kind of let it stick there a little bit, but not, it's not going to go into the paper or whatever. It just sits on top. So in order to transport it and to have it ready, what they do is while it's kind of wet, they'll sprinkle glue on it, a powder, which is just imagine like if you had a glue stick and you can grind that glue stick down into a dust. It's like that. And then so they put the dust on it, it sticks to the wet area, and then when it gets heated, that glue kind of sets a little bit. But it's not permanently set, it's just like sets on a layer. So after that's done, then it allows it to transport and everything. But what happens is you kind of like cook it, you know, you it dehydrates it a little bit. It has its moments, right? And they kind of like par cook it. And when you heat press it, it's supposed to finish cook it. So I ended up making my first 200 Dabr cloth shirts in a plastisol transfer. And while it was sexy and good, convenient, and all that, the plastisols started to break down really bad over time. And historically, transfers have been garbage. So because of that, I got away from transfers and got into buying the equipment so I can screen print stuff myself and print directly onto the garment. That is not DTG, direct to garment. And screen printing is direct to garment, but that's not the direct to garment. Direct to garment is a computer sending a print file to a printer that goes like a regular paper printer, except for this prints plastisol and it prints it right on a shirt that has been treated to take this ink. And you have to use special chemicals and stuff like that to do a DTG. So that's the advantage and disadvantages. And it's not good for darks. It's good for color lights. And if you have a dark, you got to pre-treat it. You got to do all this stuff in order to do DTG. And even if you do all that stuff, DTG is literally good for short runs. It's not good if you need 1,000 of those shirts or something like that. So when it comes to screen printing, though, screen printing is good for huge volumes. So if you got 100 shirts, 500 shirts, 1,000 shirts, no, actually like 500 and above, 1,000, 10,000, a lot of shirts. Screen printing, dollar for dollar, is going to be your lowest operating cost to print something, and have some of the highest quality and highest profitability. DTF is the new transfers that are on a whole nother level. Like I've printed these transfers, I've washed them, they stand up. They're not like the plastisol transfers at all. This DTF is on a whole new level. And this stuff is like less than a couple of years old. And to give you an idea of what an impact it's having on the industry, at the International Garment Decorating Convention, where all the industry people come together, they have one in California, they have one in New York, and the fashion epicenters of the U.S. and they showcase all the killer equipment and what's available and what's out there and what's trending and what's hot, what's new, what's not, all this. And this last year's convention, it was all about DTF. I mean, all about DTF. That's how much of an impact direct to film is. So I decided, you know what? Let me start sourcing and start looking at different companies. And we found a company, DTF Quick Print. And in fact, I was so much in love with what they're doing, I begged them to be able to be a reseller and to partner with them. And so now I am partnered with them, reseller, and I use them a lot for my own prints. So the title says how you can get in the print world without any money out of pocket. Okay, that's the title. So I'm going to put you on game. All right. First off, this DTF is going to steal about 60% of all screen print work. So 60% of the jobs that screen printing machines used to do are now going to be stolen by DTF. The ease of use, no pre-treatments, no extra chemicals, no extra bullshit. And it goes on a multitude of garments. I put it on spandex, polyester, I put it on everything. I put it on wood, I put it on cardboard. So on that aspect, it's a game changer. So the fact that it's going to steal 60% of the screen print work, the average small screen print company under U.S. census will average 100,000. Will average. It is fucking awesome, right? Here, another moderator just handled this. What the fuck? Yeah, so this average small screen print company that goes out and prints shirts for companies, they'll make a minimum of 100K. So with DTFs having the capability of stealing 60% of that work, the minimum for will be around 60K if you go out there and hustle. And that's the first year. And that's not counting repeat business. That's not counting all this other stuff that comes with it. So how do you get involved with no money out of pocket? Okay. You will need an iron or a heat press. You can get an iron for $10. You can get a heat press as cheap as $150. Brand new. As far as used, I imagine you can get a better deal out there depending on what you're looking for, right? So what you do is you literally call companies. Like I called this Hawaiian barbecue. I was like, hey, I was just calling to see if you guys are ready for some new shirts. We make shirts for everyone. And they're like, yeah, we do need some shirts. Like, and I'm like, how many? She's like, yeah, I'd like 7. How much for 7? And it's such a small. It's like, and they're custom. I'm like, $20 a shirt, like 7 times 20. She's like, all right. So I sent her an invoice for $140. She sent me the money. Boom. Now I got the 140. I bought the transfers and the shirts. The shirt and transfers together came out to a little like $39, like almost $40. So I was able to put $100 in my pocket. When I got the shirts and the transfers in, I was able to heat press them. It took me less than a half an hour to do 7 fucking shirts. And I was able to put $100 in my pocket, and I didn't have to come out of pocket at all to make that order happen. And that is how you can make money. All you have to do is have a mouthpiece. You get and be willing to put stuff out there. So if you guys have questions, definitely smash them down below. Check out the website I've been messing with, DTF Quick Print. Their minimum purchase is $8. And until they kill the coupon, I'll even give you the coupon, the free sample coupon. Type in, it'll give you $8, up to $8.25 or something worth of free transfers, which is the minimum. Use the coupon code SAMPLE, and that'll get you $8 in free transfers. So to give you an idea, something like 2x2, like a 2-inch by 2-inch circle or square, that would get you 34 of those for the $8. 34. Something like this, you're liable to get 1 or 2. You're liable to get 2 of these, not 1. So that's like $4 a shirt in design, plus the cost of the shirt at like $3, or unless you get a white, that's like $2.99. So you're at 4 and 2, you're at $6, between $6 and $8 to make a shirt. Boom, you're in business. Are you still with me? This message is held for review. Like, what the fuck? At least I was able to. But when I try to go show it to the world, it's like another moderator. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't need money, bro. You do not need money. This is what you do. Okay? You literally design what you want to design. Okay? And you can also go to DTF Quick Print to see the different sizes, so that way you know what size to kind of make some stuff. The smaller you make it, the doper, the more you get for the bang for the buck. The bigger, the less of those you get, because you're paying per square inch. Now, I'm trying to tell you how you can do this with no money out of your pocket. Okay, take it from a guy that's been in this game for a minute, bro. All right? No money. You can start your clothing brand. This is what you do. You take the fucking mock-ups, you make your mock-ups, you put it out there, right? Plus, you got to know what your art is and all that, so you can kind of control cost, right? So you put your art out there and say, hey, $25 on a shirt, right? They order the shirt, your brand, all right? When they make that order, you now have enough money to buy the transfer and the shirt and iron it on together. Yeah, that's saying you don't have a heat press, right? Once you've made enough of those money off of selling those shirts, and don't spend that money, you take that money and buy a heat press. Now it's like bam, bam, bam. When they order it, you buy it, you make it and ship it. Nothing out of pocket. And DTF Quick Print has the source for the shirts and the transfers there. Now, what you think about that? Huh? So, like an example, I buy one of your shirts for $25, right? So you don't have to wait, is what I'm trying to say. So, and it doesn't cost you anything to throw different designs out there, right? So let's say someone wants one. I order one from you, and I pay you $25. So let's say the shirt was expensive, and you paid $4 for the shirt. Okay. The transfer, the first one you order, let's say it's smaller than this, and you're able to get like 4, or you're able to get 3 for the $8 minimum. So you get, let's say you get three of them, right? Like if it's like Nike or something like that, shit, you can get like 6 of them for the minimum, but depending on what it is, okay? But we'll hypothetically say you get 3, okay? So they order it, costs you 4 for the shirt, $8 for the minimum, plus shipping, so 8, 9, 10, 11, so you're at $11 and 4, you're at $15 to make that one shirt. However, you now have 2 more transfers. So the next time someone orders that shirt, you don't have that $8 expense. You're now able to do one of those transfers. You only have the $4 on the shirt that you have to pay. And you don't have to pay for shipping because you already paid for that shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that pretty much, that shirt on the $25, your cost on it is the cost of the $4 plus the 3, so you're at $7 into that shirt. All the rest of that money is yours. I'm telling you, bro, game changer. Game changer. Now you don't have to give away all your money to a print-on-demand company. You are the print-on-demand company. The only money, ideally, that you will kind of come out of pocket for eventually, whether it's coming out of the sales or out of your own pocket, is a heat press. Ideally, you need a good heat press. You're welcome, bro. Yeah, absolutely. So just mocking them up and showing them the mock-ups. They know what business is, they know what costs are, they know what operational things are. So showing them a mock-up and saying, hey, this is what it's going to be like. But before you just go mock-up crazy, you need to know what size you're going to do it, and then go to the website and see what that size is going to cost you. Go play with the different sizes and try to find a combination that's a nice profitable range for you. The doper and simplicity is king sometimes. Look at this. This is a nice looking shirt. Sometimes people don't want to be fucking billboards, right? So just even a 2 inch circle, you would get 34 of these. So you, in potential, can make 34 shirts on a 2 inch by 2 inch circle. So the smaller the designs, if it's just a phrase, stay dope, stay lifted, da 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 da, the smaller the design, the more you get for the bang for the buck. And in the beginning, I recommend stay on small designs, make as much money as you can, and use that money to grow your ability to do bigger designs and not come out of pocket. Don't waste the money I wasted. And if you do come out of pocket, it should only be for advertisement or some equipment. And a great way to fund your brand, if you wanted to pay for the shit to, oh, I want to have an event, I'm going to need 100 of these. That's the only time you're coming out of pocket. Like if you're going to be doing a Canna event, you want 100 of them and you don't want to pre-order. But the challenge then is you buy 100 and now you're floating the shelving cost. And as long as you move them all at that event, then it's worth it. But you go there and they don't move. Like shit, I was at the Cannabis Cup, had more than 10,000 people going by, and I didn't sell nowhere near enough to pay for my booth. But then again, I've been in little hole in the wall venues that the max occupancy in the place is at like 400 people at a time, and cleaned up, made great. So, you know, you have no determination as to what's going to be the hot spot, you know. So that's what's beautiful about the print on demand. Plus, anytime you wanted to get business, you literally just call businesses near you, local. Say, hey guys, I make shirts. So just seeing if you guys are ready for some new shirts. And just call companies. And the ones that say yes, they already have the logo. So it's not like you need to make art for them, you know, you know what I'm saying? And if you need help, I could help you. Also, a free app to do art, guys. 100% a free app to do art is Adobe Express. And we'll be getting you guys a link to that. So, because I've also just partnered with Adobe Express. What? And we also partnered with All Day Shirts to get you guys some amazing prices. There you go, bro. Get them songs like the dab out, yeah, yeah. And what about it? All right, let's test it up another one. If I got off the topic and you guys are watching this video and there's questions that this is on the replay, if there's questions that come to mind, feel free to reach out to me. Also, DTF Quick Print, feel free to reach out over there. We can get pretty much any art question answered. I am definitely an affiliate over at DTF Quick Print. And they're acting art guy, so I actually help on the art. So if you put in an order and there's some art that needs to be helped on, I'm more than likely the person that's going to touch it. We have one other person that touches it, but I take care of 90% of the art. I sent you my email. So what is the question? So just to reiterate, you want the whole album, right? Is that what it is? Yeah, I can't. So the best I could send you is this Dabber Cloth theme song one, and whatever, and and maybe a couple of the pressure ones, but yeah, I just haven't got to it, bro. Like I have to chase down the files and all that other bullshit. Yes, I'm not able to do the whole album. I was just trying to make sure that we were on the same topic before I got into depth. Oftentimes, even if I know what you're talking about, I try to make sure that I get clarity because, you know, a lot gets lost in the translation of text, unfortunately. But yeah, Dabbercloth is struggling. The brand Dabbercloth is struggling, so I kind of feel a certain way about that track about that theme song right now. So yeah, and you have my hoodies, you have my product, you know that that's quality, and so the reason I bring that up is believe me, I'm about quality. For those that don't know, so when I tell you that DTF Quick Print, I've tried other transfer companies, and they don't cut it. They don't cut the mustard in consistency and quality and timing like DTF Quick Print does. And so because of that, that's why I am all up in that relationship. So yes, use the coupon code SAMPLE, and that'll get you $8 worth of free transfers, which is our minimum over there. DTFquickprint.com. Coupon code SAMPLE. Mask and t-shirts, right? That mask is a rarity because we don't, that mask is a window of time right there, buddy. Yeah. If that mask was a window in time, a window of time. I put my last video as age restricted and went live, and then once I finished it, got a notification from YouTube that saying that they age restricted my video. I'm like, I chose age restriction. Like, mine and my wife's in our safe. Yeah, those are some epic things, man. So now I'm all about that DTF. What? And it's so surprising how DTF is also an acronym for something sexual, right? And I'm like, really? And the DTF in our world is it stands for that the this is a specialized ink, a water-based specialized ink that's printed directly to garment. DTF, direct to garment. and 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 I'm not direct to garment, direct to film. I'm all getting high. Directly to a film substrate. When you use fancy words like garments and substrates, people are like, what? The shit it sticks to. And this white backing is white underbase that they print on last to make sure that all the art pops all the time, and the shininess is the glue that was baked onto this. Hey, are you on TikTok, bro? Are you on TikTok? I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk the. I'm trying to talk the big guy into running a contest, an Adobe Express contest. Hey, go over there real quick and search for me DTF Quick Print and follow. Go over there real quick and do that. I want to show you the printer. I just uploaded a video, and then come on back. I'm gonna sit here and smoke. Unless you can multitask, like if you have the Samsung Galaxy S22 or S20 or whatever, you can actually have one screen down here and the YouTube up there. I mean, TikTok here and that there. Yup. Tell me if you see it. Oh, I can pull it up on this phone. I don't even know why I'm tripping. What the fuck? All right, here we go. It's DTF Quick Print. I'm gonna delete this video afterwards because I can't have that code go crazy. I can't have it go crazy on me. So those that got it. Sample. DTF Quick Print. All one word. DTF Quick Print. This message is held for review. That's fucking dope, right? Another moderator just handled this. Who the fuck is moderating for my shit? We'll figure it out. I don't know why you're monitoring it. This is an adult video. I literally put age restriction on this video. Okay. So whoever's moderating these cuss words by my homie, you can stop doing that. But yeah, that is fucking dope, bro. So do you know what a gang sheet is? And use Adobe Express when designing it in our Photoshop or Illustrator. Into the video here. Supposedly there's a way, but I didn't turn it on. Huh. I believe so. I'm not 100. Yeah, there's a feature where you can allow to bring someone into the live, but I didn't turn that on when I went live. Like, I don't know why they don't just let me make the decision on the fly. Yeah. Yeah, but you can always hit me up on Facebook Messenger. You know how that is. All right. Let's see. Somebody sent me a video. It says I have 4 messages. Oh, 4 video. Sent a video. Okay. I opened them. Maybe that'll get it. All right. Turn that off. It is faster, right? Like, as a user that's typing, like, you don't really want to sit and wait for everything, right? You want to go Clapper? You want to go? Let's go Clapper, huh? You want to go Clapper app? Now let's wait. Wait 10 minutes to get the response. I just been ghosted on Clapper, so all right, peace. Mad love, YouTube. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Again, this is a business that you can start with no money out of pocket. And if you need help on what to say, calling companies, you need help on any of this process, smash the comments down below. Give me your feedback. Let me know what's up. Until next time, one love.